I just spent the day driving from home up to Fort William in Scotland for a week of hiking, camping, and fun activities. We're going to be doing a lot of Munros, which are peaks in Scotland. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be some pretty bad weather. The forecast is not looking great. Last week was a heat wave. It would have been perfect to hike then. This week, heavy rain, intermittent showers, heavy winds. Maybe not ideal weather for camping, but either way, a bit of adversity adds a bit of challenge and makes for a bit more of an adventure. The big first day is tomorrow. Right now, just going to have an early dinner, make sure to get an early night, plenty of sleep, because tomorrow is going to be a big day. The weather earlier was completely pouring, but right now it's dried up a bit. It's clear. There's a little path to follow. I mean, look at this. So nice. That view is absolutely incredible. With the clouds above. I feel like this is what I'm working towards, being able to do this more often. And I'm really happy with all of my gear, how I'm feeling. I think the running has really helped me to feel strong, feel physically fit, so that I can come out here, do a long day of hiking. I will say we're only about 5k in, so I have to see what happens at the end of the day. Will I still feel the same? Not sure. I'm sure I'll feel very tired. But right now, I'm feeling good. Feeling so happy to be here. Definitely feeling a bit more tired now. We just went through basically bog for 2 hours. But we're on our way up now. We've come a long way and starting to climb up to the top of the first Munro of the trip. So it is a mix today of rain and dry. Whoa! And falling over rocks. Oh man. But it is very nice to be out here. And look, I can see the top. That is looking real nice and might even be able to get a view from the top for you. Feeling good. This last time I was here, we had a day where it just rained non-stop. It was windy, it was cold, and I was pretty fed up. But today, I feel pretty warm, feel pretty good. So I'm just happy to be here. Almost at the top of the first Munro. Just for reference, a Munro is a mountain in Scotland that is over 900 feet. So just like Ben Nevis, the highest mountain in the UK, that's a Munro. So I feel like I might be right there. That little point there, that could be the top. There it is, the top. Come on, let's go. No views. That's the first Munro of the trip completed. I'm now going to find some shelter, wait for the others. Whew. Can barely feel my hands. It's been relentlessly windy and rainy since we reached the summit. Making my way back to camp, a little bit ahead of others because my gear is not the best, and if I don't move quick, I get cold. So I'm excited to get back to the tent, get a change of clothes, get warm, and have some pot noodles, which I've got for dinner. I'm looking forward to some warm food. That is going to be the best pot noodles I've ever had. One of the other benefits of wearing ultras is that you can run all the way down the hill and get back to your home before anybody else. Yes! Day 1 done. Man, that was tough. I'm gonna get changed and then I'm gonna get dinner on because that is what I need right now. Yeah. It's day 2 of hiking, camping through Scotland, and the weather this morning has been a lot clearer than it was yesterday. So I'm hoping that I might get the chance to see some shadows today. I'm not sure though, because if you can see around me, it's pretty grey. Today, doing about 12 kilometers, about 8 miles I think. So not too far, but doing 3 Munros today, 3 peaks, and so quite a lot of up and down. But at the end of the journey, we'll be reaching a bothy, which is kind of like a refugia or a sort of shepherd's hut that's been redone and made for campers and hikers to spend the night, to have shelter, and that's free, which is really good. And one of the places that can be so cozy at the end of a hike, if you've got some firewood, they usually have a wood burning stove. It's such a nice spot to be. So I'm hoping that the one at the end of this journey is just like that. I forgot to mention as well, last night we camped up on a ridge, which was so nice and such a great spot to be, and saved us about almost 10 miles of hiking from where we were gonna stay. And you know, that would have just been brutal to have to do that with this bag and the weather. But still, this morning everything was soaking wet, so my shoes are soaked, my socks are soaked. Just putting on wet clothing is never a nice feeling, especially after you've been all cozy in your sleeping bag. But it is what it is. You sort of, once you start moving like I am now, you really start to warm up. And from there, with the weather like this where it's not windy or rainy, you can actually dry a bit. So I'm hoping that my shoes can be a little bit more dry by the end of the day, but we shall see. It is so fun out here though. I mean, it's so quiet. Listen. Nothing. That there, that ominous object in the background, could be the first Munro of the day. It looks very daunting. As ominous as it looked, that mound was not the first Munro. Pretty much when you're hiking in Scotland, any peak that you see, there's probably like 3 more peaks behind that, and then that's the one. But there's another peak after that, then you reach the top. And also I just learned as well, every Munro is 3,000 feet. I think I might have said 900. So every peak in Scotland above 3,000 feet, which is like 915 meters, is classified as a Munro. It is very spooky conditions today.
Coming up to the first Munro of the day, and as you can tell, the weather didn't get any better, but I'm loving being outdoors, moving. I feel warm enough, which is the most important thing. Being on the mountains and being cold is a mood killer for sure, but let's have a look here at the top. And the views are phenomenal. I'm feeling good right now. Definitely tired from the day before, but feeling good. So nice to be here, and the rain has stopped for a little bit. Just a brief pause in the rain can just change the entire experience from, oh, I just want to be sheltered, be somewhere warm, to, oh, this isn't so bad, it's quite nice. I think the fact that, you know, my feet are wet, my socks are wet, everything I'm wearing is basically wet. As soon as it stops raining, it feels like you actually have an opportunity to dry off a little bit, and that can be such a nice feeling, to just be a bit dry in my hands, like they feel a bit warm again. So I'm very grateful that the weather has eased up a little bit, and there may be a chance of some views from the top of this Munro. We've still got a little bit of distance to go. Coming up to the second Munro of the trip, quite far ahead of the group, so I'm going to drop my bag off when I get to the top, see if I can go back and help the others. I'm feeling good. It's so nice to be out here. Oh, I love it. Just playing in the mountains. What more could you want? Oh, I think what I thought was the top might not have been the top. It might have just been this pole from this fence. Oh no. Don't know if you can see in the background, there's something looming there. That must be the top. Oh, onwards. I think could be approaching the top. At this point, I have no idea what the top is. I thought it was there, but now I think it's over there. We'll see. Making my way up this ominous hillside. Is very steep, about 200 meters up and only 400 meters across, so quite a lot of elevation, as you can see from the path. But we were able to drop our bags up down at this ridge because we're coming back down the same way, so feeling a lot lighter, but you know, it doesn't make this a whole lot easier. This is very steep. This will be our third and final Munro of the day. The last one was just false summit after false summit, but finally we made it to the top. With this weather, it's really hard to tell where the top actually is, so I don't mind it too much, but if you get to the top and it's not the top, you've got to sort of manage that expectation of, okay, gotta keep going. I need to focus on this trail. No views from the top today, but feeling on top of the world. I feel so healthy and fit. I think all of this running has really helped me to feel stronger on the mountains. I really wouldn't have thought it would, to be honest, but I guess running in hilly areas does strengthen up your legs quite a bit, because I'm feeling pretty good. And now, time to head all the way down to sea level, about 1,000 meters downhill. It has cleared up and it is absolutely stunning. The views from here are just incredible. You can see so far. And it's not sunny, it's still quite windy, but it's not raining. You can see where you're going. We've got about 5k to go till we reach a bothy down by the sea. Life is good. Just woke up from a tough night's sleep. The rain was so heavy throughout the entire night, but I think I haven't exactly gotten very deep sleep because I keep waking up from the rain. But last night, towards the end, I put my headphones in, and I think that did help me to get some better sleep. But I can't imagine a more beautiful place to wake up than here. The waterfalls are now even bigger than they were yesterday because of all the rain. This loch is just incredible. Yeah. Hopefully it can stay a bit dry today. And today we're heading down to a bunkhouse, so we'll finally be able to have a shower. I'm looking forward to just having dry shoes because my shoes have been wet since the first moment of the first day. So dry shoes will be lovely. And then the rest of the group is also going to join us there. So we'll be a group of 15 from that point on. Today is supposed to be an easy day, still 15k, but not as much elevation. I'm hoping that I feel okay because my muscles are feeling pretty sore today. Either way, I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to being on the move again in the mountains. I love it here. Heading through absolute swampland at the minute. Places where I imagine no human has gone before. But it is so beautiful, and yes, my feet are absolutely soaked, but tonight I'm going to be staying in a bunkhouse. Should have a drying room and showers, everything you could possibly need. We're making our way to Inverie, which is the most remote town in the UK. It's only accessible by boat and by foot. And I'm looking forward to seeing a little bit of civilization and having a shower. My body is feeling pretty tired today. Mentally, I'm quite tired too. There's a lot of moving every day, but my spirits are still high and really enjoying being out here in the wild, in the rain or the sun, the wind. I'm enjoying it all. So we've arrived at Inverie and it is such a lovely little place. There's only one pub and it seems to be the place where everyone goes. So if you've seen someone once here, you'll see them again. And it's a real community feel. The pub itself is run by community members and it's just such a nice little atmosphere here. Really, really like it, and I'm just feeling very grateful to be here. Tomorrow is going to be a hard day. The weather, 100% chance of rain the entire day. So we'll see how the day turns out. And
I know that I'll enjoy it no matter what. I enjoy a challenge, and coming back at the end of the day after hard work, just every little thing after that feels so rewarding. I'm hoping that everybody else can have a good time as well and keep the energy up. The new group, let's say, has joined us, so we're now a group of 15 all heading up the mountains together. So it is going to be a lot of fun. Just had a great meal, little vegan burger from the Old Forge, the pub, and I'm just feeling nice and content. And I had a little dip in the river, which was really nice, so refreshing after a day of hiking, and had a hot shower as well. So I am feeling just very blessed, very lucky, feeling very happy to be here and happy to be able to do this kind of thing, and that my body's strong enough to handle it. Though with the 2 days coming up, we'll have to see how my body handles that. Now, just time for me to get some rest. First day of hiking with the big group. We already lost 2, but I think one of them might have had an injury, some problem with their boots, so we're down to 13 and only 5k in, but feeling good. I mean, it was supposed to be sort of 100% chance of rain all day, and it's hardly even drizzling, so this is perfect weather. We're on a nice, easy track, but the hard part is about to begin. We're about to head up onto the ridge, and then we'll be walking up along the ridge in the clouds towards the Munro for the day. Today we're supposed to do about 22 kilometers, so we'll see how we feel by the end of the day. I'm looking forward to getting in to the uphill. So I made it down the mountain, had a lot of fun, absolutely soaked, but we did the Munro. We're about 18k in, but I'm loving this weather. I think the main thing is that I'm not cold, and that means I can have fun. Time to head back to the bunkhouse. My foot is a little bit sore now, but I'm feeling okay. I'm a bit tired, I think. We didn't really have time to stop and eat because the weather was so bad. Literally raining. Once we made it up onto the ridge, which was about 600 meters, the weather just went straight downhill from there. And yeah, I have not been more soaked through than I am today. I'm wearing waterproof trousers. I'm completely wet underneath. This jacket done nothing. I'm soaked. So, but I think luckily I'm still warm, which I think is the most important thing. I'm not feeling cold, but I am looking forward to getting out of this wet clothing and having a hot shower. And tonight, another meal at the bar. The last hike of the Scotland trip. I'm hiding to get out of the wind because today is supposed to be very windy. Winds of 80 kilometers per hour, 50 miles per hour. High winds, but the weather is absolutely incredible. We had a nice hike in on track. We've done the uphill bit, getting onto the ridge, and now we're following the ridge along to do
one Munro and then another Munro, and then we're coming back the same way. I'm feeling good today. I'm just taking it easy. I know I've got a long drive back home tomorrow and work the next week, so just gonna take it easy, enjoy the views, soak it all in for this one last hike. Having a welcome break from the wind. It is relentless and surprisingly cold. It really takes your heat from you, but the views are absolutely incredible. You can see so far. Yeah, this is a nice day out. Just absolutely incredible. I mean, the landscape around here, it's like a dream. Walking along this ridge on the way to the second Munro. Wow. I know my body is tired, but I'm definitely a bit sad that I'm going back after today. And, you know, with a couple of days rest, I'd be happy to stay another week. Yeah, thank you. Well done to you too. So after having my final meal at the old forge, that ends this Knoydart, Scotland hiking trip, and I've absolutely loved every minute of it, even though there's been moments where I have not necessarily enjoyed it, putting on wet socks in the morning into wet shoes and then hiking for 8 hours. You know, it's not ideal, but once you get started, you just accept what is, and you can just move forward. You know, I think doing these hard things can make the little things that you take for granted day to day feel so special, like a hot shower, a hot meal, even just a nice bed for the night. Having those sorts of things and having them after the challenges, it just shows you what's important in life. And I've loved Inverie, and I'll definitely be back for more. Thank you so much for watching and joining me on this journey through the Scottish mountains, and I will see you in the next one.